It's kind of hard to really know what a person can talk about freely, talk about on YouTube without getting in trouble. Uh, I, I mean, I see things on YouTube that are even on the thumbnail, uh, the F word, going across the thumbnail, and with Fox News, and Fox News wouldn't say the F word, but there it is on a thumbnail, time after day after day after day, on several accounts. They have that, and they're still up. They're still up and going well. I mean, I try really hard to be good on YouTube and to watch my P's and Q's and try to do the right thing. But it's really hard to know exactly what you can or cannot do or say. And there's so many things that I would like to talk about, and I don't know if I can or not. Like the sky, for instance. I mean, it's not disinformation to know that we have been sprayed by planes. We've been sprayed for years. It's obvious with, they call them chemtrails, that you can see these trails, so-called vapor trails that jets have made for years and years and years since I was a little boy, seeing these vapor trails condensation trails coming out of the rear ends of jets, but they would dissipate within 30 seconds. 40 seconds, they'd be gone. They would start to dissipate. Now you see these trails, and sometimes they last for hours. I went for a walk several years ago. I went for a walk, and I saw a plane that had a trail behind it. I went for a walk for, I don't know, 45 minutes or whatever, and came back, and this trail that came out of the rear end of this jet was coming down towards the ground. When I got back to my house, this thing was so low, and it was still a perfect trail, and I could actually see particles inside the trail, and it was just a little ways up from a real tall tree. This trail with particles in it, and I thought, oh, I got to get inside my house and make sure my windows are closed and my, doors closed. Of course, there's so much air that's getting in through the windows and door spaces and things that I can't really escape it. But it was really frightening to witness that. And all over the United States and world, supposedly, there are these trails that are obviously, if people look up, you can see them. That's not normal flight patterns that planes have. These trails, and it's not normal for a trail to last hours. It's normal if it's a real condensation trail, vapor trail, to dissipate completely, like 45 seconds, and they don't. Can I say that on YouTube? I don't know. Is that disinformation? No. Is that misinformation? No. Is it a fact? Yes. But I look at the skies, and sometimes, most of the time, it's overcast. Whether it's winter or summer, it's overcast. And if it's blue sky in the morning, I guarantee that by the afternoon, by 4 o'clock in the afternoon, it'll be overcast. I remember days not days, years and years and years when I was growing up, that if it was blue sky in the morning, it was nice all day long, and all night it was beautiful. You could see the stars. You can't do that nowadays. I say I'm looking at a blue sky today, but it's not a crystal blue sky day. It's a mucky, dirty blue, a whitish blue. It's just not. It's just a mucky blue sky. I mean, I can't. I haven't seen a crystal blue sky day for several years. I don't think. Once in a while, maybe, but most times when I see a blue sky, it's a whitish blue. It's mucky. It's dirty. Why? It's not rocket science. It's because whatever they're spraying on us, they're spraying on us. I mean, they've done soil samples around the country, and they have these different. They know what they're spraying. You know, these metals and things that are in the soil samples, and destroying crops, destroying animals. I mean, I think I heard 70% of the bird life has died. I mean, I don't know. I mean, there are so many evil things going on in the world today that I think that, and I just know a few of them. If we really knew what was going on with the people, can I say one world government? I don't know. Can I? Do you think that's far-fetched that there's evil people in the world that want to have a one world government that want to depopulate the earth? Do you think that's a far out thing to think? Maybe it used to be, but there's evidence all over the place. I mean, look how fast this world has changed. At least in the United States, with the children, in their school. They take down the American flag and put up a gay pride flag. They're teaching kids that it's okay to be a homosexual and gay, and it's okay to be a drag queen, and it's not okay. If you read your Bible, it's not okay. If you believe in God, it's not okay. Adam and Eve were a model for us, It wasn't Adam and Tony. It wasn't Eve and Cynthia. It was Adam and Eve. That was the family head of the family unit. I know there's a lot of good gay people. I don't believe in their lifestyle. I don't believe in having bum chums. But I know there are people that out there that are, and they're a lot of them are good people. I'm not saying they're not good people. I'm saying that it's not normal. It just isn't. And today they're trying to teach, not trying, they are teaching children in school that it's a normal option. It's a normal way of life. They've taken the Ten Commandments out of the courts, the schools. You cannot sing or say the Pledge of Allegiance anymore, or different things like that, because it has the word God in it. And that's offensive to people that don't believe in God. I mean, it's just, and they're teaching our children to hate each other and to hate themselves for being born like white, for instance, that you're born a racist, that everybody's a racist, you know? Haven't you noticed in the last few years that the race thing has gone crazy? You know, I mean, the George Floyd thing and the rioting and the looting and the killing and I mean, the world has gone crazy. The United States has gone crazy. Defunding the police. Are you serious? There are some bad cops, but most of the cops are good. Why would you defund the police? Since they've done that in these democratic cities, there's so many things that are going on in these cities that are so scary. You know, people go in and they just, you know, take what they want off the shelf and they leave the store. Mobs go in and ransack 7-Elevens and different stores and, you know, beat the crap out of the person behind the counter and then they leave the store. There is no consequences. You can go in and steal just so it's under $1,000 and you can get away with it in some of these cities, you know? Are people crazy? People have absolutely gone crazy, and the police are hesitant to do things because they can end up in prison for doing their job. It's just so sickening. But anyway, it's not just the children. You can go to the library in a elementary school or junior high, and you can take books off the shelf in the libraries that have pictures, drawings of guys giving blowjobs to other guys, and you know, and having drag queens come in for storytelling hour in elementary schools, taking idiot parents taking their kids to strip clubs and having them go down the runway or whatever you call it with drag queens, you know, and people clapping, and they're indoctrinating our kids. If you can't see that, then you're an idiot. There's so much evil that's going on right under our nose, and it's right there in plain sight. It's not just the sex trafficking and the things that are going on with the open borders and millions of who knows who is coming in through the border thanks to good old Joe Biden and his administration. Now, are those guys for real? I cannot believe how horrible the Democratic administration is. This has got to be the worst president and administration that this country has ever seen. How can a Democrat, seriously, how can a person know that these things are going on? The open border, all the excuse me, all the drugs coming in and killing our children. How can any person with a conscience think that that's okay? That that's fine, that that's normal, that's the way it should be? Are you guys crazy? I mean, it's just, it's unbelievable. Everything has to be woke. You know, I'm sure glad that there's still some people out there that are awake and not woke. There is so much evil. It's really scary. If I could tell you everything that I've seen or heard, it would probably, well, it's scary. It's scary to me. the world is going downhill so fast. Not just the border and the children in school and uh, uh, parents shouldn't know what goes on at school and it's none of their business and this and that and the other. I mean, it's just unbelievable how fast this country is going to hell. And they've taken God out of everything. They've taken God out of everything, and he should be in everything. And he is in everything good and decent and loving and wholesome. And you have to really be strong nowadays as a child or a person growing up nowadays. I mean, I'm not going to live, forever, but I feel so sad for my children and other people's children and grandkids that they're going to have to live in a world that, I don't know, I mean, who knows how bad this world is going to be 10 years from now. I don't recognize this country now. When I was growing up, you go into the store, you didn't even have to lock your house, the door of your home. Car out on the driveway, nobody locked their cars at night. But all the crime that's going on now, you couldn't possibly do that now. Anyway, that's my 17 minutes of complaining. But please try to find out what's going on in this world and see if you can be a voice against evil and a voice for God, because that's what we need. We need that from everybody.